Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Clarity Tarot and Astrology. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys are all doing very well. Happy Monday to everybody. Hope you're excited for a brand new week. Tonight, we are going to be doing a live love reading here on the channel, looking at the energy of your person, seeing how they're currently thinking and feeling about you and how they feel about your connection. And then I'm going to open up for live readings. So if you open the description box, I do have the option for free readings tonight. If you sign up at the link in the description, you can get a free reading. If you don't make the list, then you can always donate for a reading, or if you have a second question or you want a more in-depth question, then you can always donate for a reading. That option is available. If you are a member of my channel and you still have some readings for April that you need to use, then you can use those as well. And if you'd like to become a member of my channel and get some free readings, then you can do that also. I'll leave a link for you as well. And if you're someone that is watching in the recorded version, or you're someone that just prefers private readings, then you can also, do that as well. I have a link for that in the description box. Okay. All right, guys. So, hello, Jenna. Welcome. Hi, Camille. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing okay. Yes, you can donate for a tarot. And great. Awesome. Sounds good. Welcome, welcome, guys. Okay, yeah. So yeah, everyone just go ahead and, get your signups in, get your donations in, and we will do everybody after the live reading. Okay, guys? All right, let's get set up here. All right, perfect. All right, girls, let's go ahead. Let's dive in. Let's see what's going on with the boys. So, most important messages, please, in love. Camille, thank you so much for your donation. You will be first, okay? All right, so most important messages, please, in love. How is your person currently thinking and feeling about you? How do they currently feel about your connection? What's going on with them? Alrighty, let's cut the deck here. All right, girls. So in your person's current overall energy towards you at this time, we have the 10 of Swords. Wow. Okay. So I feel like there's something that cannot be ignored here. There's something that cannot be ignored. There's something that your connection has brought to the surface for this person. And when they first initially met you, they either weren't aware of this or they were trying to push this under the rug, or there was something that they were not wanting you to find out about them, but it feels like it's like it can't not come out. Let's get more information on that. What is that about? Two of Cups. Oh my God. Okay. So basically, and I say this all the time, so this just obviously is a message that wants to come through for everybody, but I feel like this person like genuinely was not looking for love, was not looking for a relationship. They did not want to be so involved with someone, or they did not want to be so vulnerable with someone. They did not want to be so exposed with someone, which is what I feel is currently happening right now. I feel like you are bringing emotions out of this person that they didn't really want to experience. You're bringing feelings out in them that they didn't really want to experience. You're making them have to confront things about themselves and about their life that, when they're a single person, when nobody's, kind of like trying to get to know them, when nobody's like peering into their soul that they don't really have to deal with. But it feels like you are forcing this person to look at things. And that actually was a big theme in my May reading. I forgot to mention that at the top of the stream. I did post my May love reading in the members area. So definitely check that out if this reading resonates, because that is going to be a big theme likely moving forward for May. Is that as we get deeper into Taurus season, which forces us essentially to confront our reality, to confront our finances, to confront, the truth about our real life. I feel like that's what's happening here with this person. I do have the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck, which also was in that reading as well, where you are so incredible to this person. You are so amazing to this person. You're so beautiful. And this person literally would do anything to be with you. And you're sort of like this thing that this person is like, I can't let this thing go. I can't let this thing get away from me. I can't let this thing pass. However, at the same time, this person doesn't feel very ready to obtain you. They don't feel ready to have you. And that's something that's becoming obvious to this person during Taurus season, is that they don't have the setup, they don't have the structure, they don't have the resources to keep you, right? I have the Knight of Wands that's underneath this, where it's like what this person can offer you a lot of is a lot of passion. They can offer you a lot of excitement. They can offer you a lot of fun, right? But what they can't offer you, which underneath this, I have the King of Pentacles, they can't offer you a lot of stability. They can't offer you a lot of certainty. They can't offer you a lot of structure because they don't have that structure in their own life, right? So it's not like they're not offering it to you because they're just withholding it from you and you know, um, just not wanting to do it. No, they just don't have it. And that's what that's that 10 of Swords realization that this person is coming to is, oh crap, I'm not set up to handle a relationship. I'm not set up. I'm not structured. I'm not in the place to handle it. And it's a lot easier for this person to, um, you know, seduce you, I guess, right? It's a lot easier for this person to like kind of like play with you and, um, tell you what you want to hear and make a lot of like passionate remarks to you. It's a lot easier for them to do that than to offer you a life to come into, right? Like ideally, this person would have their life set up in a way where not only are they strong on their own, but then they could then bring somebody in and, hold that person in their world as well. Right now, this person can only barely hold themselves up. Like I feel like in a way this person is only kind of barely getting by, right? Like they're just sort of barely taking care of themselves and they're not really in a position to have like a plus one, right? Like they don't have it like that. And that realization has been extremely eye-opening to this person because they thought before meeting you, like they thought they were kind of were, you know, hot stuff, okay? You guys know what I'm trying to say there. They kind of thought they were. This person may be a little bit cocky. This person may be a little bit arrogant, or this person may be a little bit like high-handed, I guess, or like they think very highly of themselves. And that's because this person may be very attractive. This person may be better than most, right? Like they may be better than most guys, but they're still not really on the level where they can really offer somebody something significant, okay? And that's what they're realizing with you because the way that they see you is like they want to take care of you, right? They want to take care of you. They don't want you to worry about anything. They want you to be around. They make you feel safe. They make you feel secure so you can relax and just love on them. But they can't really do that because they don't feel secure themselves. So, how can they give you a feeling of security if they don't feel secure themselves? So, that's been a really big eye opener. This connection has been like the eye opener that this person has needed. Because before you, like I said, this person was a little bit overconfident. This person was a little bit, um, they weren't really seeing things clearly, but you've come in and you've really put things into perspective for this person. And because they really like you and they actually want to offer you structure, it's made them have to honestly evaluate where they really are. And they're like, wow, I actually have a lot of work to do. Okay, I actually have a lot of work to do. So you've kind of like, not that you did it on purpose, but you sort of have knocked this person down a level, right? You've kind of knocked them off their horse a little bit. So now they're like on the back foot with you. Now they're like, oh crap, I got to step it up. So the way that this person is currently thinking about you, we have the devil. Yeah. So this person is like low key, maybe high key obsessed with you. And what it is that again, you have sort of taken the veil off their eyes, right? You've shown them the truth. And now they're like obsessed with you because you're making them want to be better, right? You're sort of giving them the motivation that they have needed because really truthfully like they really haven't had any motivation to level up or step up. Like there just really hasn't been a reason to, honestly. Because truthfully this person's life is fine. Like it's not amazing, it's not incredible, but it's not horrible either, right? Like, this person could continue on doing what they're doing now, and their life is gonna be okay. Um, it's just that now there's sort of a reason to do more, to be more, and that's that is very attractive. Like, any woman that makes a man wanna be better is gonna be infinitely attractive to that man because men are always looking for a reason to, like, work harder. Men are always looking for a reason to get stronger. They're always looking for a motivation. They're looking for a reason why. And this person, I feel like, has a lot of potential, but they don't live up to that potential. Okay. They have a lot of they could be better, but they just choose not to for whatever reason. And it's because they don't really have a reason why. And one thing I want to say is like a lot of men are afraid of commitment, but actually being committed would make them more successful. Like some of the most successful men are men who are married and men with kids because they know they have people depending on them. And so it makes them work harder. So with this guy, he kind of needs that. Like it's the thing he doesn't really want, but it's actually the thing that he needs. If he had someone that was relying on him and depending on him, he would work 100 times harder and he would be 100 times more successful, but he's almost afraid. Like, he's afraid of commitment and he's afraid of someone depending on him. So, there's sort of this internal struggle that's going on inside of him. There's a part of him that wants commitment. There's a part of him that wants to be seen as a man. There's a part of him that wants to be successful. There's a part of him that feels like he deserves more in life, but there's also a part of him that's like refusing to work, a part of him that's refusing to step up, a part of him that wants to stay in like his boy energy. And this confusion is really messing him up. And that's something that he needs to work through. But, as of right now, you are his top motivation. Like, you are the thing that makes him wanna get up in the morning and go lift his weights. You are the thing that makes him wanna get up in the morning and go make money. You are the thing that makes him get up in the morning to try to be a better man right now. You are, like, the center of his attention, okay? Hey, widow, welcome. So, yes, boy is obsessed with you, okay? But he's more obsessed with the way you're making him feel about himself and the way you're like motivating him to be more. Okay, so the way that he feels about you right now, we have the Page of Swords. Yes, this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's like you have made him feel like, again, not that you've done this on purpose, but like you've kind of made him feel like he's not good enough, and it's more that because your energy is so good, because your energy is so strong, he's like, "Oh my god, like I need to step up. I need to do more. I need to be more." Like he feels like he really needs to step his game up several levels to be where you're at. Okay, like he feels like he really needs to kick it into high gear here, which is a good thing, right? It's a good thing that he feels that way, but also instead of, again, seeing you as, okay, let me take her, let me take care of her, let me give her stuff, let me provide for her, let me show her the way forward, let me bring her into my life. He's more of like, oh my God, let me not lose her. So he's kind of more afraid to lose you. He's more afraid that you're going to walk away, that you're going to find somebody else, that he's not going to be good enough, which is a very different experience for him. Normally, I feel like he's very confident in love. Normally, I feel like he doesn't really worry too much about that. So this is just a whole different experience for him. Um, he's normally the one that's deciding whether or not a relationship is going to move forward. But with you, he feels like it's really kind of more in your hands if you'll think he's good enough and accept him. So this is just a whole different experience for him. Okay, so the way he feels about your connection, we have the Nine of Wands. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty. He feels a lot of uncertainty right now. And the reason why he feels uncertainty is because he feels uncertainty within himself. Okay. He feels uncertainty within himself. He doesn't know if he is going to be able to get to the level that he wants to get to, like in a timely manner, right? In a timely manner that you are going to like be patient with him. Okay. I feel one of the biggest things with him right now is his finances. Okay. He maybe feels a little bit uncertain about his financial situation. Like I said, I feel like he probably has enough for himself. He probably does well for him, but when it comes to you and like taking you out, buying you things, making sure that he can kind of like buy your time sometime, right? Like he can um have you relax and you not worry about things. Like he doesn't really feel like he can do that yet. And especially like moving in together or like buying you a ring, things like that. Those are things that he's like, oh my God, like I'm gonna have to work 10 times harder, which is good. And I do feel for a lot of you that that's the level he's thinking about. If he didn't care about you and he didn't want a serious connection with you, he wouldn't be worried about these types of things. Like he would just, see you as normal and whatever. But no, he feels like this connection is very consequential and he feels like it's on the level where he needs to be in that provider position, where he needs to be in that strong position. That's why he's still worried, but he doesn't feel confident about his ability to show up. Okay. So in the challenge position here, Seven of Wands. Yes, guys. Yes. It's not you, it's him. And I'm not just saying that. It's him in the sense that he has several things around him, going on around him, that are taking his attention and energy and time away from you. Okay. Let's actually clarify what this is. Let's see what it is. But his life is not in control. He doesn't have control of his life. He doesn't have control of his situation. He doesn't have control over his time, his energy. It feels like he is being pulled in multiple directions. So let's see what the main thing is here. Yeah, I have seventh house. So he has a lot of other people in his life who are also needing him, who are also expecting him to show up, who are also expecting him to be available. So this could be multiple things. This will be different for everybody, but he could have family that he needs to show up for. He could have like a boss. He could have a business partner. He could have clients, right? He has his own business. Like he has a lot of people that he is either responsible for or that he needs to respond to. Okay. And I feel like some of these people, some of it is codependent, some of it is toxic, some of it is not helpful, right? It's not like he has a lot of people that are like helping him. It feels like it's a lot of people who are draining him. And so with that, because they're draining him, he doesn't have energy for you. Okay. So this is sort of a problem. All right. So let's get some messages from him. Let's see what he wants to say to you. Okay, we have self-care. Yes. Right now, he feels like he needs to take care of himself, right? Like he feels like he needs to clear out all of the extra noise is what I'm getting from him. He's like, there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of energy. There's just a lot. Like it's hard for me to even pin down like what he's trying to say. It's just that he doesn't feel like he even has enough time for himself. Like he feels like his cup is drained. Hi, Sarah. Welcome. He feels like his cup is drained. He doesn't have enough time to pour into himself so that way he feels strong, he feels stable, he feels secure. So he wants you to know that he feels like he needs to take care of himself first before he's going to be able to come to the table, be there for you, be strong for you, show his stability, right? Show his strength. So that way you trust him, which I have trust at the bottom of the deck. That way you trust him and that you'll relax into your feminine with him. He doesn't feel like he's giving you the ability to do that. Okay. So he's like, please just give me time to take care of myself. And not only like physically and like spiritually and mentally and all that stuff. He feels like give me time to take care of myself, like also like financially, and give me time to take care of the loose ends and the noise in my life. So that's like what he feels is number one. He feels number one that he needs to stabilize himself first, and then he'll be more there for you. Let's see what else he wants to say. Longing, yes. Like I said, with the devil card, he's obsessed. He's obsessed. Okay. Number one, he's obsessed because you're perfect, right? You are exactly what he's looking for. And like I said before, I don't feel like this is someone that has no options. Like, this person may have a lot of options, a lot of girls who are interested in him, okay? Or if he's interested in someone, it's not that hard for him to like win the person over, okay? But with you, it's different because with the other people, it's kind of like easy. like like I said, this guy is very confident. It's easy, but he doesn't want an easy relationship. And he doesn't want someone who's gonna like just take him as he is. He wants someone that pushes him out of his comfort zone. He wants someone that's a challenge because this is someone that wants a high level woman. He doesn't want just like a basic woman. He doesn't want like an average woman. He doesn't want like an easy woman. That's not what he's looking for. There's plenty of that. When he sees himself being married, when he sees himself being in a relationship, he sees himself being with someone that's extraordinary, someone that a lot of men can't have, someone that a lot of men envy. Okay. He kind of wants to have like the hot wife, okay, the unattainable wife. He wants to be seen as that guy. And that's what he sees with you is you're the hot wife. You know, you're the hot wife that everybody wants but can't have, but he has. Okay, so he wants something special. And he feels like he deserves that, to be honest. You know, he feels like he deserves that. He feels like he deserves to have a good looking partner, to have a very desirable partner. And for him, that's the only thing that makes sense. You know, why would he be with just anybody? It doesn't make sense to him. Okay. He'd rather just be single, to be honest, and keep his options open. So, you know, with you, it's not just about you, it's about the vision with you. You fit the vision. You fit the big idea. You fit the big picture. So that automatically puts you higher. That automatically puts you in a different category because you fit the bigger vision. So yes, he is longing for this because that's a part of his future and he feels like with you he's getting closer to his future. He's getting closer to his dream life with you. And that's a part of it as well. Okay, when we have twin flame. Wow. Okay, so not that he necessarily understands what that means. I doubt that he really knows or gets that, but he just feels like you guys are perfect for each other. He feels like you're his perfect match. You're his perfect equal. You guys have perfect chemistry. Like he feels like everything makes sense. And this is abnormal for him. He does not normally feel this strongly about anybody. And it's not just on one level, it's multiple levels. You have touched his soul. You're in his soul. You're in his heart and you're always a part of him. Even when you guys are not talking, even when you guys are not together, he feels you. And this is like not like this is not like normal. This is not normal. He doesn't normally feel this type of way about anybody. So what that tells me, what this card is telling me is because what a twin flame actually is not necessarily that you're going to be with this person forever, but a twin flame helps you to see yourself clearly. A twin flame is your perfect mirror and it shows you your flaws and it shows you your insecurities, and it shows you not only the good side of you, but it shows the shadow side of you. And that's exactly what you're doing. Is, like I said in the beginning, he thought when he met you, he was like, hot guy, you know, I'm a hot guy. I got it together. Girls want me. I can have anybody I want, you know, and come to realize with you, oh, I'm not as ready as I thought. Oh, I'm not as good as I thought. Oh, I actually have more work to do on myself. So that's the thing. It's like he recognizes that about you. He recognizes that you show him this other side of himself. And that's exactly what a twin flame does. So I don't think he necessarily knows, oh, yeah, twin flame, but I think he recognizes what you're doing in him. And that's very different. And that's why you're so special. And that's why he like sees you in this different type of way. Okay. So, yes. But what do I have at the bottom of the deck? I have unavailable. Okay. The card says this person is unavailable to give you all you deserve. Yes, that is true at the same time. So at this particular moment in time, this person is not available to give you what you want and what you deserve. But that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to be not only for you, but also for themselves. They're trying to be the type of man that you do deserve. And so there's a gap in between where he is right now versus where he wants to be. And that's the gap that he's trying to fill right now. And that's not going to be an easy gap. Okay. All right. So let's get some oracle cards here. Let's see how to move forward. Okay. Wow. So we first card out is true love. Yes, I do feel like there is true love here. I really do. I do feel like this is something that can definitely develop into something very significant, very real, but it requires honesty with the self. Honesty with the self. And that's what this person is going to grow to love about you more than your looks, more than the way you make them feel. It's the man you make them become. And that's what is going to make him commit to you, because there's a lot of girls who are beautiful. There's a lot of girls that are pretty. There's a lot of girls that are attractive, who are sexually attractive, okay? But the difference here is that you're making him want to be a better person. And that's what differentiates. When you have that physical desire, but you also make the person level up, that puts you on the different level. And that's the differentiator with you and other people. Okay. We also have keep an open mind here, meaning that this connection is not going to be a normal connection, right? And if you're attracted to this type of content, this type of reading, then that is your sign that you are someone that has spiritual relationships and not regular romantic relationships. This is not just a regular relationship where guy sees you, he pursues you, gives you an offer, and you ride off into the sunset. Like, that's not what this is. This is a connection where you guys need to be on the same level spiritually in order for this to progress together. And that's what this person is understanding. They're understanding that you are just on a higher level spiritually than them. And that's the gap that they have to bridge. Okay? So you don't want to look at like the physical developments of the connection. You want to look more at the spiritual development of the connection. That's going to be your indication that things are evolving here. And so this is not going to follow just like a normal connection where it's like things are evolving in this particular way and these particular steps. No. So you have to understand how this works. That's where a lot of people get tripped up with these connections, is because they're not they're meant for growth, not just for, the way they look on the outside. Okay, one final card here. Soulmate. Yes, exactly. This is a soulmate. This is a soulmate connection. So it doesn't follow the same, like I was just saying, it doesn't follow the same patterns. It's about soul work, and it's about aligning to the version of yourselves that you're supposed to be and sitting in the energy that you're supposed to be sitting in. That's more of what this is about. So, and bottom of the deck, I have healing family issues. So, a big part of this is breaking generational traumas, not repeating the same mistakes that your parents made, not allowing your parents' relationships and your parents' pain to translate into the way you do relationships, right? Moving beyond that, moving past that, understanding how that affects you as a person, and allowing yourself to experience love fully without fear. So that's a big part of what's happening underneath the surface, is working through that trauma as well. Because, like I said, I feel like this person, there's no reason why he can't be in a relationship. Like, I feel like he's attractive enough. He has, enough to make it happen. It's just fear. It's fear. And if he has that fear, then you probably have that fear on your side too, because otherwise you wouldn't be attracted to each other. You guys likely have similar wounds. You guys likely have similar problems. Okay. You could be the other side of his trauma, and he could be the other side of your trauma. He may perfectly trigger you, and you perfectly trigger him. That's normally how that goes. And a part of these connections is you guys bringing those things up in each other to work through. It's just you have to be keen to that. That's where people get, messed up, is, they make it all about him. Oh, he's not doing this, he's not doing that. Him. And it's like, well, no. What is he showing you? What is he making you feel? What is he triggering in you? That's the key. That's how you move forward. That's how these connections progress, is when you stop looking at him to be your savior, right? Which also is a trauma response as well. Okay, especially in women who have father wounds. You expect the man to be perfect. You expect the man to be your savior. You expect the man to make your life better. Okay, and when he doesn't do that, when he disappoints you, it triggers your father wound. Okay, so that also is something that has to be worked out in you, where you understand that this man is just a man. He's just a human. He's not perfect. He's not God, right? And he's not going to save you, and he's not going to heal you. That is up to you, that you have to do that. And that when you don't have that wound anymore, you stop putting that weight on him. You stop thinking that he has to be, everything. He has to stop being this, white knight in shining armor or whatever. And you understand, oh, he's just a human. Okay, so it's not just him. The healing, the growth, the next level is when you understand that, and you see his humanness, and you understand that, a lot of times, if you're not healed and you don't trust yourself, then you find it difficult to open your heart and love, and you're waiting for him to make all the conditions proper before you open your heart, which really is not really healing. Healing is when I'll open my heart to you no matter what, because I'm not going to lose anything. Whether you leave me or you're with me, I didn't lose anything, because I have so much love. I have so much to give. I have so much abundance that no one can break me. No one can take me down. Nobody Nobody is going to affect me from opening my heart. I can open my heart, and regardless of the outcome, it doesn't matter. And also understanding that the only way that a man's going to fall in love with you is if you have an open heart. No man is going to fall in love with you if you're being guarded, if you're being scared, if you have, you're trying to protect yourself. He's not going to fall in love with you, right? A man needs to see your heart. He needs to feel your feminine energy. He needs to feel your vulnerability for him to see and, oh my God, and understand, okay, this is a real feminine woman, so I need to be in my masculine. But when you're protective, you're in your masculine, and then he doesn't step into his masculine. He stays in his feminine, and he doesn't make a move either. And then you're sitting there going like, what's going on? I feel like he likes me, but he's not making a move. And it's because you haven't let your guard down and let him know I'm available, I'm open, right? So that is the next level of getting past like the weird stage, is you being at a point where I don't care, I'm open and I'm free and my heart's open for the taking. And it's just like, if you're trying to sell your house, right? And you say, no one can come and look at the house. It's for sale, but no one can come look at the house. You have to buy the house before you come look at the house. Like, how insane would that be? Like, no, I'm not going to buy a house until I want to look inside. I want to make sure I want to buy it, right? And that's what a lot of women do, is they have this guard up where you cannot come in until I know you're going to commit to me. And it's like, how can he know, right? He needs to come in and he needs to see. And when you're healed and when you're really truly available and truly open and truly in your feminine, you don't care because you have an unlimited source of energy. You have an unlimited source of love, and you can give love away and it doesn't matter. And you're not going to feel sad if you're rejected, or you're not going to feel sad if the man doesn't pick you. So it goes both ways. It's not only one-sided, and it's not up to him to prove. He needs to see as well that you're worth taking the risk on as well. It's equal risk on both sides. Okay. So yes, he maybe has his work to do, and yes, there are things that he needs to work on, but don't feel like there's nothing on your side either. Like, there's nothing that you don't have to work on as well, because if you didn't, you wouldn't attract men like that. You would attract men who were perfectly open and perfectly ready. Okay. So that's the other side of it. And that's the side that keeps, females, locked in as well. Okay. All right. So that's what I had for you guys. I hope that was helpful. Gave you guys lots of clarity right now of where the masculine energy is at. Let's go ahead and open up for live readings. Let me put our list together. Thank you, Sarah. Camille, I'm glad it resonated. Camille, you can go ahead and post your question. For our list, we have Sarah, Jenna, and then Camille. Camille, you can do your free and your paid question together, so you don't have to wait again. And then we have Shay. Okay, there is our list. So yeah, so Camille, you can ask both of your questions at the same time. Okay, so for Camille, let me grab you another deck. All right, so Camille asked, what's happening with my school situation? I've been dealing with a school battle where they play games and a lot of betrayal, but there is silence after I set my resolution. Okay, so what's the energy around this situation with school? For Camille, what does Camille need to know about this school situation? What is the energy around the situation with school for Camille? What does she need to know about this situation? Okay, I have the 6 of Pentacles. So I feel like there is a lot going on behind the scenes to balance the situation, to rectify the situation. I do have the 7 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck as well. So I do see progression that is coming in the situation. Okay, so if right now it's like uncertain, you don't know, you're not, you feel like you're in the dark. I feel like they're trying to come to some type of resolution that's balanced, that's fair, um, that like addresses every party. Like I feel like both parties in this situation have validity. Um, it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel one-sided. It feels like both parties have a leg to stand on. Okay, so it's like, how do we come to the middle ground where both parties' sides are being addressed? That is what is happening right now. Like it feels like, yeah, so it feels like that's what's happening. So with this progressing to the 7 of Pentacles, I do feel like there will be a decision that is rendered very soon, but it is going to put you at a crossroads where it's like, do I even want to do this anymore? Like, is this even right for me? Do I even want to continue after all that has happened? Because then I have the judgment card at the bottom of the deck where you may be considering liberating yourself from this situation or liberating yourself from these people or whatever. Like, I see you potentially not even really wanting to maybe progress forward with this. And it's like you may be holding on to it just because you've invested time or energy or money, but you might come to the realization that like the investment maybe isn't worth it or that it's not even what you want or it's not even in alignment really with your path. So it's like, yes, maybe you get a resolution, but I don't necessarily see you moving forward like, happy and free either. Okay. It feels like you might be considering going in a different direction, moving on with another um chapter of your life, or going to a different school, something. Like, I don't really see you continuing on with these particular people. It feels like there's like too much that has happened where you're not going to be able to trust, or you're not going to be able to like get what you need. So it's like I probably need to just go somewhere else, start fresh somewhere else, whether it's the same thing, different school, or just something completely different. Um, yeah, it feels like you're gonna want to liberate and walk away from the situation when it's all said and done. Okay. Yeah, I have the Lovers card. I see you potentially moving on to something bigger and better, something that is brighter, something that is more in alignment, something that puts you in a better energy. Like, it feels like the energy of the current situation is very dark. Like, all the cards are like black and white. And I feel you moving on to something bigger, brighter, better. The Lovers card is bright and it has like rainbow colors. It's like there's something else that is like calling for you. There's something else that is just better, but it's like you have to free yourself, right? By keeping yourself stuck in this situation, it's not going to ultimately yield the results that maybe you're thinking, like sometimes we think like, oh, like something has to be hard or we have to struggle to make something work, and it's like, no, the struggle could just be eye-opening for you to know like, hey, this is not your path. Like, this is not your path. There's something else. There's something else. I feel like there's something bigger, better, brighter that's going to make you happier. And that's actually going to be the leveling up that you're actually wanting. Like, maybe you think that continuing to chain yourself to this thing from the past is going to get you the result you want, but it's really not. And that's what I feel like the universe is trying to get you to see. Like, that life doesn't have to be hard, or it doesn't have to be a struggle, or it doesn't have to be a challenge. You don't have to work so hard for everything. That there is something better for you. There's a better path, there's a higher path, there's something that's a higher vibration, but it's just going to take you to like see that and put yourself there. Okay. So, yeah, and bottom of the deck, I have the Seven of Swords. Like, again, I just don't see you being able to trust moving forward. Like, it feels like there's like too much that has happened. You're not going to be able to move forward in a way that's like positive, that seeds positive energy into your future. It's like it's dead, like it's dead. And you have to recognize like when a door is closed, or you have to recognize when something is dying and decaying. You have to recognize when the universe is saying no, and move towards the universe's yes. Okay. So you're clinging on, you're holding on to something that's not really clinging and holding on to you, when there is a better, brighter option. You just haven't opened your mind to it yet. You're not allowing it. You're not allowing yourself to understand that this can be an option. And so you're like kind of holding yourself back. You're really holding yourself back. You're limiting yourself. And where we are right now in the astrology, what happened when we entered 2026 is, if something was not solidified in our life when we left 2025, that means it was supposed to stay back there. Okay. If something was not set in stone and like in your path, you have it, you've got it, it was supposed to be left behind in 2025. Now we're in 2026. Not only are we in 2026, but now we've just had the new moon in Aries. Now we're in springtime. So this is like prime peak. 2026, new beginning, new life, new stuff. So again, if you're sitting here right now in 2026 and something is not for certain, you don't know for a 1000% fact that something is working for you, that means it was supposed to be let go of in 2025. You should be on 2026, bigger, brighter things, bigger, brighter futures, bigger, brighter horizons. So you may be fighting a lost cause right now, and you're just holding on to something that doesn't want to be in your life, right? The universe is saying, no, 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 no. And you're like, no, no, you're fighting back. And it's like, no, let's pay attention. Pay attention to what doors are open for you and what doors are closed for you. And if the door is closed, stop fighting, stop banging on a closed door. Go to the open door. There are plenty of open doors. There are plenty of open doors. That was the demarcation. 2025 was the end of a cycle. 2026 is the beginning of the cycle, and you see there's new things happening in our world now, right? The world has now taken a turn, and we have a new situation, right? It doesn't matter what happened in the past now. Now we're in our new situation, and we're going to have we see the new challenges ahead. So you should be adjusting yourself for the new challenges ahead. And what you were going for, if it's not open for you, it's not aligned with the new. So it's like you need to align, you need to stop fighting for the past that is done, gone, never coming back, over, finito, and you need to adjust with where things are right now and the opportunities that are available right now. The world is not the same. It's never going back. What worked back then is not working anymore. So you have to adjust to the now. And if you've been fighting this since that time and it's not working, it's not available. It's just not happening. And the minute you let go and stop trying to fight for your rights and just fight for your future, you will see, oh my God, I wasted so much time and energy on something that's not fighting back for me. So you have to read the signs. You have to read the situation and move towards what is moving towards you. Because right now, and really, it was with the new moon in Aries, that's where the new seeds were planted. That was time to plant new seeds. So you get a harvest this year, right? If you're not planting any new seeds right now, you're not going to get anything later down the year. So you have to really go, God, I'm trying to fight for crops that are dead, dead crops. I need to be planting some new crops, so I get something down the line. Because right now, what you're fighting, you're not going to get anything. You're going to get absolutely nothing. And then you're going to be sitting there like, I tried so hard. You're going to burn yourself out and then have no energy when there's new stuff happening. You're going to be so distraught with this that then you can't take advantage of the new. So you have to really stop for a second and zoom out and think big picture and think about the long term and think about, instead of trying to rectify the past, I should cut my losses and build for my future. That's where we're at right now. Everyone needs to, that's what the end of 2025 was about. I kept saying 2025. The end, this is the end, this is over, it's time to let go, it's time to start looking ahead, it's time to start planning ahead, time to start looking to the future, because this time right now, this is the time to build for the future. And if you're not building for the future, you're getting left behind. You're getting left behind. So you're actively sabotaging yourself right now, actively, if you're not planning something new for the future. And so you have to really understand, why are you fighting so hard for this? For what reason? For what reason? So you have to really sit with yourself with that and get get on track with where the energy is right now. There's no reason to still be trying to make something work from the past. That's just not working. It's just not energetically makes no sense. It energetically makes absolutely no sense right now. Okay. So going forward to your next question, you said I also for love, what's coming my way? I have a feeling about an ex coming back again. No ex is coming back, girl. No ex is coming back. Like drop that. Like get that out of your mind. Just get that out of your mind. Forget about that. I'm unsure if I should focus on the new. Yes, you should focus on the new. That is where we're at right now. Like, you guys, saying this to everybody. If something is not solidified in your life right now, it is done. You don't have it. It's not there. It's not coming back. It's not going to work. Anything that's supposed to be solidified in your life will be there right now. Okay? You have to let go of the past. You have to let go of the past. We're in a new cycle now. You have to move forward. Okay? So let's see what your messages are moving forward. Okay, yeah. So 7 of Pentacles, again. 7 of Pentacles coming out for your love life. Again, you're still grappling with the past. You're still grappling with the past. You're still drenched in the past. You're still carrying the energy of the past. You're sitting at a crossroads when it's like the path already open and you're still sitting at the opening of the path. Like, should I walk down the new path? Like, I see everyone walking over there, but what about this? Like, you want to see certainty, and it's like there's no certainty right now. There's no certainty right now. The certainty is going to come when you start walking down the new path, but you're still stuck in the past. You're still stuck in past energy. You still have old traumas. You still have old fears. You haven't aligned with the new. So you're not going to get new because you're not in the new. You're still looking backwards. You have to break up with the past. You have to move forward now. Yes. 10 of Swords. Yes. You're still carrying the past. There's nothing back there for you. There's nothing back there for you. There's nothing there. There's nothing any of your exes have for you. Anybody that you attracted in the past was for healing purposes only. For purposes to trigger you. For purposes to help you to realize things about yourself. Every single person, right? That was the intention of every single person that you encountered, was to bring awareness. That's it. There's nobody back there that's going to offer you something that's going to bring you forward. No, nobody. Nobody. There's new now, right? You may still need to learn the old lessons, and it may come through new people, okay? But it's still going to be new people. Like, it's going to be new. It's not going to be the same. Nothing is going to be the same. So you're still in the past. You're still carrying the past. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. It's time to start new. It's time to start a new life. It's time to start creating a new foundation for yourself, creating your life built upon new beliefs for yourself, a new vision for yourself, a new dream for yourself that likely has nothing to do with whatever you were building in your life, like probably 2025 and beyond. So that's what's needed to bring the new in. There's a new energy in love. There's a new dynamic in love, right? Like, love has changed. Love is not like our parents' generation where it was like, just find somebody to procreate with, even if you don't even like them. Just find someone, just have kids, even if They're not even right for you because everyone needs to have kids and everyone needs to have married. If you're not married, you're weird. No, like we're living in a whole new dynamic where it's like you don't have to get married, you don't have to have kids, you don't have to do things. We're choosing love consciously. We're choosing love from a healed place. We're choosing to be with people because we actually want to be with people, and we're doing life on our terms, and we're doing life the way we want to do it, not the way we're being told. We're bringing a new energy of love to the world now. So it's like that old way of like trauma bonding with someone and just like, again, being with someone just to be with someone, just to have kids, whatever, that's done. That ended 2025 too. Now we're in a higher level. So it's like you need to be the highest level version of yourself to attract this higher level of energy. And it's available. It's available for those who have released the past. Like it's available. It's open. There are people that are in great relationships and finding great people who are aligned with who they're becoming, not with who they've been. So you have to do your side of it. You have to do your side so that way a higher level guy is going to recognize, okay, you're on the higher level too. You're not in the old way. You're not in the trauma bonding group. You're in the higher vibrational group that's moving forward, that understands where the world is going, that's bringing value to the collective. Okay, there's a whole new way to go about things. So you've got to let go of the past. Okay, your energy is drenched in the past, and that's going to hold you back, and no one else is responsible for that other than you. Okay, so I'm being kind of dire because time is moving very quickly. Time is moving on, and now we're entering May, where we should be solidifying new seeds. So if you're still in the past, you didn't plant the new seeds yet, and you're at risk of falling behind for no good reason. Okay? So say that all in love, say that all because I care about you and I don't want you to fall behind, because there's just no reason for it. There's literally no good reason to fall behind right now. Like, there's none. All right. So hope that was helpful for you. Good luck. You're welcome. Sarah, babe, you can go ahead and push your question. Jenna, let me know if you're here, and Shay, let me know if you're here. Sarah says, met someone new. His name is Ares. Ooh, I like that. How will things move forward between us? He seems intentional, which is refreshing. Okay, so let's see what's going on with him. Next steps forward for Sarah and Ares. What can Sarah expect? Okay, I have the Knight of Wands. Okay, so things are going to move forward first more passionately. Okay, so lean into that. Lean into the passion, lean into the excitement, lean into the desire. That is going to be the first step. Okay, so let things stay like that. Don't worry about where things are going. Don't worry about the future. Just build the passion, build the desire where he's like, I have to have this. Like, I must have this. This is too good. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we have the World. Yes. If you give him what he wants, he will give you the world. Okay? And what he wants is passion. He he wants someone, he doesn't want to get with somebody and then it feels heavy. It feels dry. It feels stale, which is what every guy is afraid of. But, you know, he wants there to he wants to know for sure that if I commit, it's going to stay like this. So you want to give him the best account of your heart. You want to give him the best account of, yes, I am open, I am passionate. If we remain in a relationship, the relationship is still going to be passionate, it's still going to be open. That's sort of what you have to like prove to him right now. If he sees that, he sees that consistently over time that you're not afraid to open your heart. You're not afraid to be a lover. You're not afraid, you know, to be expressive. He'll give you the world. Okay? He'll give you the world. He just wants to see that. He doesn't want to see any signs of you like, "Oh, what is this?" Da 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 da. No, it's like trust that if you stay open, he will give you the world. Okay? Um You said, "He is buying me a dress for our first date." Exactly. Let him do that. Like, let him do all of that and just be super receptive. Just be super receptive, super open. "Oh my god, baby, this is so amazing, da, 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 da," like, keep everything super light and fun, and he'll give you the world, okay? If you fall into fear, then this goes to crap. Let it be whatever it is. Okay, and Temperance card, yes. I feel like this is also gonna be healing for you as well. It's a new way of doing love, likely, where you're the one being spoiled. You're the one that's taking a step back. He's the one that's leading things forward, that he's the one who's moving the connection forward. Like, just let him do the work. Let him do the work. Do nothing, right? The less you do, the more that they will step up. Like, don't feel like you need to like do anything, okay? Just have fun. Just let him do what he wants to do. When he sees, oh, she's super receptive, she's super open, she's super warm, he's going to be like, I have to have this. Because that's what a lot of women don't do. A lot of women are very closed off, they're very cold, they're very worried about the future, they're too concerned with getting their heart broken, they're too concerned with getting rejected. But if he sees that you don't care about that, you're open, you're feminine, you're receptive, he's going to be like, whoa, this is rare, because right now it is rare. So just stay open, have fun, let it be whatever it is, and he will give you the world. Okay? All right, so that's what you can expect there with him. Hi, William. Long time no see. Yes, yes, you are. Sarah, yes. Go ahead, babe. Go ahead. Will, there is a list, so do hold off. You're welcome. Sarah, thank you so much. Let's dive into this for you. Okay. Sarah, you said it's interesting this came right around when Uranus left my fifth house. Yes. Yes, you see that Uranus in your fifth house was messing you up. All right, so let's do an in-depth reading for Sarah and Aries. So most important messages for Sarah in regards to Aries. What is his energy towards her? How is he thinking and feeling about her? How is he feeling about their connection? What does she need to know? Let's cut the deck here. He said, I was actually a part of a wedding this weekend. Oh, so I was in the energy of love. Yeah, and obviously we have a lot going on in Taurus, so this is good for you. All right, so his overall energy towards you is the Queen of Swords. Okay, so he naturally already feels like he needs to win you over. Okay, like, so what that shows me is he already sees your values, he already sees your worth, he already sees your he knows that you are looking for something specific. He gets that. Okay, it's not something you have to tell him, it's not something that you have to make clear to him. He already gets it. And so for him, he feels more with this that he's at a phase right now where he needs to prove himself to you. So let him do that. Let him prove himself to you. Let him feel like he's earning you. Let him feel like he's working for you, because he's going to appreciate you more. Okay. So you don't have to be like overly crazy with him. Like, you don't have to be, yeah, you don't have to be like playing hard to get with him, because he already feels like you are hard to get. He already feels like you're out of his league in a sense, right? Like what I was talking about in the general, what I was talking about in the May love reading, if you haven't watched that yet, like he already senses that. So you don't have to make that like more apparent to him, okay? So he sees you in very high regards. He sees you as something that's hard to get. He sees that he needs to step his game up in order to be what you are looking for. Bottom of the deck, I have the Nine of Cups. So he has feelings for you, but he realizes that he needs to translate those feelings into action, right? He has to show you, not just tell you, that he's there and that he cares about you. So he's already kind of thinking in this way. All right, the way he's thinking about you right now is the Nine of Pentacles. Yes, he feels like this can be very long term. He feels like this can be something very secure, and he feels like you guys will have a very safe and comfortable life together. So he feels like, okay, I need to be really solidified in my role in order to make this connection work. Okay. That's his main thing right now, is proving to you, and maybe proving to himself, because he maybe has never done this before, but proving to himself that he can be a leader, proving to himself that he can be consistent, proving to himself that he can show up and be reliable. And this may be something that he doesn't always get right. Like he maybe doesn't always do this perfectly, but the desire is there. Um, like you said, he said he's ready for marriage. And yes, he may be ready for marriage, but he's never done the actual steps or he's never really been the actual married guy. Okay. So, he's going to make mistakes, right? Like he may say this or that, but he's going to make mistakes. Okay. So more than even proving it to you, it's like he has to prove it to himself as well. You said he already told me he feels like I'm his wife. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. He wants to be a husband. He wants to be a husband. Okay. So with you, he can already see, okay, this is a situation where I can be a husband. But then he's like, okay, how do I be a husband? So it's he feels like there's like a tall order, that he needs to fill. Okay. Oof. Okay. How he feels is the 6 of Wands. Yeah, he feels like this is really, really good. Um, he doesn't often meet women who he feels are like the marrying type. He encounters a lot of women who, maybe say they want to get married or maybe say they want this or say they want that, but they don't actually embody it. With you, he's like, no, she embodies it. She embodies it. So it's like, he's like, how do I get that? How do I deal with the marrying type? And he may not have a lot of experience with that. He may have experience with girls who are like younger or less mature or like party girls, he may have more experience with that type of girl. So again, sometimes he might approach you in a way that you're like, huh? But that's just his experience. Okay. So there is a learning curve when it comes to him. Okay, how he feels about your connection. We have the 7 of Pentacles. This is a choice. This connection for him is a choice, and he has to choose to be a version of himself that he's never been before. He can keep doing what he's doing now, right? Like he can keep going after the girls he's going after now, or he can keep living the life the way he is now. Nothing necessarily bad is going to happen, but also nothing good is really going to happen. He's not going to grow. So he kind of sees this as like a pivot in his path, that if he chooses to pivot, this is him disconnecting from the current version of himself and connecting to another version of himself, which he's never been before. So it's a huge opportunity. It's a huge leveling up for him. And so it's more than like, oh, do I like her? Do I love her? Do I want to be with her? It's like, do I want to be this type of guy? Am I ready to be this type of guy? Am I ready to be this type of man? That's more of what it is. Right? It's like, it's similar to you, like when you moved in from like being like staff and like going management. It's like, okay, do I want to go down the path of management, or do I want to stay staff, where I have less responsibility, where I can just do my own thing, whatever, just show up, where, now it's like I have new roles, new responsibility, and this can take me down a path where I'm going to have, more and better. So that's sort of the way that he sees this with you. So the challenge with him is the 8 of Swords. Yeah. He will have his anxieties. He will have his worries. There's going to be times where he's going to get scared or overwhelmed, or he's going to step back, or he's going to need a second. Okay. He's not 100% confident, but I feel like the intention is right. So I think that is good. I wouldn't see this as like a super bad thing. Okay. Um, yeah, but is there inexperience? Yes, for sure. Okay, so clarifying the Queen of Wands and his overall energy towards you, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Yes, he feels like he's working for you. He needs to prove himself to you. He needs to earn his spot in your life. That's his perspective. So let him do that. Let him do that and just enjoy that. Enjoy the chase, enjoy the pursuit. Clarifying the Nine of Pentacles and how he thinks about you, Four of Wands. Yeah. Yeah, he thinks you guys will have an excellent relationship. He thinks you guys will have a lot of fun. He thinks like not only will you guys have fun, but there will be loyalty. There will be stability, there will be certainty as well. So it checks both boxes where he wants to have a fun relationship, but he also wants to have a stable relationship. So he feels like, check, check. Clarifying the Six of Wands and how he feels, we have the Five of Cups. Yeah, he's more afraid of losing you. He's more afraid of not being good enough for you, not stepping up to the plate for you. And a part of him committing to you is going to be him feeling within himself that I can do this. It's not going to be good enough for you to say, oh, baby, I'm happy, or, you're doing a good job. That's not going to be good enough for him. Of course, that's going to help, but he has to feel it in his bones. He has to feel it in his bones. Like, yeah, no, like I am doing a good job. I am showing up here. She does need my help, or I am bringing value to her. Like, he has to feel that. So that is what you can do, is just like when he's doing good, reward him, send him a nice picture, give him a nice kiss, things like that. Like, reward his good behavior. Don't reward his bad behavior. Like, pull away when he's not acting properly. When you see, toxic behavior or childish behavior, pull away. Don't call it out. Just pull away, pull back, right? And only reward when he's acting the way you want him to act. Clarifying the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Six of Pentacles. Yes. So yes, even though this is going to be like a big pivot in the road for him, he feels like I can do it. Like, he feels like I can do it. He feels like he's ready. And he feels like he can offer you something. He feels like he can bring balance to your life. And vice versa. You're going to bring balance to his life as well. So he feels like you guys can really balance each other out. You guys can offer each other something that you can't get separate. So he sees the value on both sides. Okay, clarifying the Eight of Swords and the challenge, we have the Devil. Okay, so a couple of things with him. One, he may have a tendency for codependency. So that's something to watch out for. Like, if you notice him being codependent, again, pull back, right? If he starts dumping his emotions on you, looking for emotional validation before you're committed, he starts relying on you too much, then you need to pull back. Okay? He needs to know that you're not just going to take all of him before you have a commitment, right? So it's like, don't feel like you need to take on his stress, take on his problems, all of that. It's the opposite way around. He should be figuring out how he can take on your stress and how he can take on your problems. So, he needs to know I'm busy, I have a lot going on. And if you're going to be in my life, then you need to be having my back, not just me having your back. Okay. So that's something to be aware of with him. He may have a little bit of codependency. So just don't feed into that or feel like that's necessary to keep him around, like he needs to know you're not about that. And which you just show him by your actions. You just don't respond. Just don't respond or be like, "Oh, that sucks." You know what I mean? Like just don't give, "Oh, baby, are you okay? Check it." No. Like, "Oh, that sucks." It's like, "Come on, bro. Man up." Like you're like, "I have more going on than you." Like, please. So, you know, definitely don't start giving into that cuz he can go in that direction as well. And that's a part of being what it takes to be in your life is he needs to be a leader, right? He needs to be a leader. So that's the type of behavior that you don't want to reward with him. Um, you said I was insecure dating as a single mom due to past BS. So I asked him what he thought of it. He did have questions I answered, but he was not in the least worried, that's how you know. That's how you know that he's right for you, is that he's not turned off by the reality of your situation. So that was very good to ask right off the bat. Um, you said, yes, girl, not going to go through that again. Yes, do not. That will kill this. It'll kill it for you, that'll kill it for you. And it would be allowing his childish side to come in. If he's going to take the pivot, take this path, then a part of that is, being a man. All right, let's see what he wants to say to you. Okay, the first card out is I couldn't let you get close to me. So what I'm going to read that in the present tense is I can't let you get close to me, which says to me there are parts of him that he's still not super comfortable being vulnerable with, or parts of him that he doesn't necessarily want you to see yet. So that's a part of this progressing, and why, though he says yes he wants to get married and da 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 da, there's still parts of himself that he's not um he hasn't gotten to know. There's still parts of himself that he's still understanding, and still parts of himself that he's still working through. So I would say he's probably like, I'm gonna say 40% ready. Okay, at this particular moment in time. He's like 40% ready. What I would say is he likes the idea of this. Um, it's just the implementation and the action piece that needs to evolve. And I feel like what he is underestimating right now is the level of vulnerability and the level of truth that a real relationship takes. That's what he's kind of underestimating right now. So sometimes he may pull away, get scared, like I said with the Eight of Swords, because he's like, "Whoa, this is getting real," or "Whoa, this requires more than I thought." Like he can get a little bit in over his head with this, which is okay. You need to kind of like sometimes have that shock to then understand what it takes. Like you have to be thrown in the pool to understand, like, "Whoa, okay, I got to figure out how to swim here." So that's okay. But just keep your expectations realistic of him, because his expectations, I think, are a little bit unrealistic. He said, I've been taking your advice seriously. Aw, I've been telling my friends about you. Aw, thank you. Okay. Oh, okay. We said he has, I wish I treated you better. Again, I'm going to read this in present tense. I wish I could treat you better. He wished he could be more. He wished he could do more. He wishes that he could just take all your stress away, right? Like, baby, I got it. I can take care of you. Da 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 da. This is what every man wants. Every man wants to take the stress away of his woman, right? For his woman to have no problems, for him to just handle everything and you just be a beautiful, fairy princess, just giving all your love and energy, right? Like this is what he wishes, but bottom of the deck, I have finding out the truth crushed me. And this is the reality is when men meet the right woman or a good woman, they realize, wow, this actually takes a lot more work than I thought, right? This takes a lot more work than I thought. This being a man and being a reliable man and being a dependable man that a woman can trust and relax and fully be in her feminine with takes an incredibly strong man. And a lot of men think they're strong men because, oh, they lift a couple weights in the gym and they have a job. They think they're Big Daddy. But until you actually have someone depending on you, that's when you really see what you're made of, right? And that's kind of what I'm getting with him is he is understanding, oh wow, this is going to take a lot more energy, a lot more work, a lot more effort than I was initially anticipating. And that realization is motivating. Okay. It's motivating. So he's still adjusting to that reality. Okay. And then we have, I'm starting to understand our connection. Yes. Yes. Bottom of the deck, I hide behind material things. So yes, he may look on the outside more ready than he is on the inside. And, initially when he approached you, he may have thought, oh, I got it in the bag. I got it in the bag. I can have her. I got her. And now he's realizing like it's not enough. It's not enough to be like good on the outside or good looking or kind of just be at the bare minimum. Like, no, you have to be exceptional. You have to be awesome to have the type of woman that he's, thinking he can have. So this is a learning experience. It's a learning experience on his end and it's a learning experience on your end. Okay. So let's get more from him. Let's see what else he wants to say. Pay attention to the red flags. Yes. Yes. He definitely has some things. Like I said, he's probably like 40% ready. So it's like take what he says with a grain of salt, right? Until you start seeing him really showing up, which may take time. It may take time for him to take real action beyond just, the normal courting behaviors, right? The dates and stuff like that. Like it may take a significant amount of time for him to really start showing up in a way that shows you, okay, I can really let my guard down. I can really trust this man. So, just be aware of that his words and his ability are just on different pages. Okay, I have expressed your love, but yes, regardless of that, don't be afraid to express your love because this is how you're going to get him to keep moving forward. This is how you're going to get him to keep coming out of his shell. This is the trick. This is the part that women mess up. You have to keep your heart open. You have to keep your heart open no matter what. And listen, until he puts a ring on your finger, until he asks you to be exclusive, you're free to talk to other people. You don't have to give him everything. You don't have to put all of your eggs in the basket. And I recommend not to do that. I recommend to keep your options open. I recommend to prioritize the other areas of your life. But, still let him know, yes, my heart is open to you. Yes, my heart is open to you. Right? I'm not making any commitments to you. I still have to check you out. I still have to see how you're going to behave. But yes, my heart is open to you. Yes, yes. Come. Give me what you have to give me. Show me yourself. Keep your heart open. Okay? Because it's that. It's being inviting. It's being warm. It's him saying, "Yes, I'm a source of love." That's going to make him come closer and take the steps that he needs to take to be there. If you close off or you put up a guard and you're like, "No," he's going to be like, "Oh crap. Not open. Okay, let me go somewhere else." So, learn how to stay open but be balanced as well. Okay. And then I have separation. So yeah, there could be periods of time where you're just on different levels, right? I have chemistry at the bottom of the deck. The chemistry may be there, but it may not be able to sustain you guys on the same energetic level. Okay. So know that sometimes your energy and his energy may fall out with each other, but it's not him being disinterested. It's him just being too far away from what you need. And so allow there to be separation because that's when he gets to really see where he is and he will see, okay, this is how I have to bridge the gap, right? So, like, if you're busy, you have a lot going on in your life, working and taking care of yourself and taking care of your son, he's going to go, how can I bring Sarah value right now? And he may come up with the idea and then be like, oh crap, well, I can't do that. I don't have the time for that. I don't have the energy for that. I'm busy with this. And that's going to help him realize, okay, I need to work on this. I need to work on being more available. I need to work on freeing up more time and space in my life. So the separations are where the hard work happens. It's just like working out. Like, you don't build muscle during your workout, you build muscle after your workout and the days after when you're resting. So that's sometimes what needs to happen here is that there needs to be space for him to see, okay, what's the actual work that needs to be done, which he can't know if you're always together. So space is good. All right, let's get messages from Spirit to close this out. Okay, we have true love. Yes. So there is definitely true love here, and this can be very, very good. This can be very, very good. I have awakening at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like the purpose of this connection is about awakening to different parts and versions of yourselves. That's the bigger thing here. Okay. It's not just about do we like each other? Do we want to be together? Da 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 da. It's about expressing new versions of yourself, right? You presenting yourself in love in a brand new way that maybe you've never done before, and him as well. That's the new level that you guys are getting to. Whether or not that ultimately brings you guys together is to be determined. It just depends how well you both energetically embrace the roles you need to embrace. Okay, we have boundaries. Yes. And I have different pages. Right. So, yes, there will be times where you are going to have to put your boundaries. Okay. Again, it doesn't need to be harsh, like, back up from me. It doesn't need to be crazy. Just don't respond or take longer to respond or, just be busy, and he'll get the point, he'll get the point, he'll get it. So it doesn't have to be crazy, but when you recognize that he's not coming at you properly, that he's being codependent, you have to put your boundaries, so he knows. So he knows, baby, that's something you need to work on, right? But you're just showing it through your energy. Okay, and I have decision. So, yes, I do feel like this is all about decision, right? This whole connection is just about both of you deciding, who do I want to be and how do I want to show up and what type of relationship do I want to have? And then just embodying that energy and feeling how that feels and feeling that in your nervous systems. This connection will likely require you to show up in ways that you guys haven't done before. So you have to sort of create the neural pathways and make it more comfortable and make this more of like your normal operating behavior. So, there will be times where maybe a fear comes up and then you have to decide, do I want to give into this fear or do I want to come over this fear? And it's just going to be a choice, right? Do I want to be someone that fears love or do I want to be someone that welcomes love? And it's just making those choices and starting to let your nervous systems know it's safe to love. It's okay to love. It's okay. Nothing bad is going to happen to you. It's not going to destroy you. Okay. The past doesn't have to repeat. So I think that's kind of more of the important lesson here. Again, whether or not he ends up really being able to show up the way he wants to is still to be determined. I know I see the desire there and I see the intention is right, but actually being able to do that, I don't see that clearly. Um, so time will tell. But I feel like it's more about both of you becoming these different and higher versions of yourself. Okay. So I think this is good. I think this is a good learning experience, right? He's already showing you and he's told you outright, like, I accept your situation. Okay. So you don't have to have that fear. So knowing that he accepts your situation, be your fullest, truest, realest self and see how that feels and see where fear comes up, where maybe the vulnerability is too much and where maybe there's still more work to be done. That's good information for you as well. So I see a lot of value in this in both sides. Okay. So hope that was helpful for you. Good luck. Alrighty, so next up we have Jenna, and after Jenna we have Shay. Shay, let me know if you are here, and then if Shay is not here, we'll move on to Will. Okay. Okay, so Jenna wants to know, can I have more insight on what's to come for Zach and me this upcoming summer if we do a trip? I have felt his loyalty shift in a more stable way as well. Can we check in on this as well as his feelings as well? So pick one question. What's the number one thing you want to know? What's the one thing? Okay, the trip. So let's see what the energy is around the trip. Okay, energy of the summer. Okay, let's see what the energy is of the summer. Okay, the overall energy of the summer is the Ace of Cups. So that is literally the best energy, like the number one energy that could come out for the summer. So I feel like this will be a summer of love. Whether a trip happens or not, I don't think that's going to like tip this over the edge. I don't think that's going to make this like for sure this is a done deal. It's not going to like, be the deciding factor. I think no matter what, the love, the connection, the desire, the passion will be there. And that typically is just the energy of the summer, right? So there's no need to worry about like, should we do this? Is that gonna be the thing that makes him commit? Like, it doesn't matter. If he wants to commit, he's gonna commit. If he's ready in the summer, he'll do it in the summer. But it's more important that he feels love, openness, like to feel like the commitment's not going to change anything, that it's not going to make you act a different way or have more expectations of him. As long as he feels like the love is stable and the love's going to exist, whether we're committed or not, as long as he feels that, he's not going to go anywhere. He's only going to go anywhere. He's only going to change if he feels like everything's riding on this and it has to happen. That's when things are going to change. As long as he still feels like we're the same, our love is the same, our connection is the same, it's going to be the same no matter what. That's what's going to keep him feeling like I'm going to keep coming back here. Okay, I have the 5 of Swords. Yeah. Like he wants to be on the same page. He wants to know that you're both on the same page. And what I reckon here is that like where he is energetically and where you are energetically may be different pages, right? Like he may feel very secure with this, regardless of there being commitment or not. He may feel like this is good and I don't need a commitment for it to feel better. I don't need a commitment to lock it in. Whereas you may feel like, no, I need a commitment for this to feel better, for me to feel safe, right? So it's like you guys have to find the middle ground. And if he's already saying that he's exclusive to you, well, that might be the middle ground, right? I'm exclusive to you, but I haven't made these things official. That might be the compromise. And so there may be a need to recognize the compromise that's, you know, being made and recognize, okay, he is working with me. He's not giving me nothing. He's maybe not going all the way. He's not giving into everything I want, but he is meeting me halfway, and that should be recognized and that should be celebrated and honored. You're welcome, Sarah. Yeah, I then have the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like fate is going to take its place. So this summer we have our next round of eclipses, okay? And we're going to have our first eclipse in Leo, right? Which is about like love and dating and romance and passion. So relationships are going to start to take their faded direction. Okay? The north and south nodes are going to move signs this summer. So what's meant to happen is going to happen, and it's going to be up to fate, right? If this is meant to happen, it will happen, and it will be very, very evident come the summertime, right? So it's like you could just be, sometimes we just need to wait for divine timing, right? And there definitely could be divine timing at play here where you just have to show the universe like I'm ready for this, show the universe like yes, this is aligned with me, and that it's not like um destabilizing me, right? Because if the universe senses that this is like destabilizing you, then it's going to get it out of your life. But if the universe feels like this is stabilizing you, that it's helpful for you, then I will say, okay, yeah, we will move it forward. So it's like, just work on relaxing into this and being okay with whatever outcome happens, whether it happens with him or not. You're going to be fine. You're not going to die, right? There will be somebody else that will come, and maybe his purpose in your life was to help you to move on from your past situation, to show you that love is possible, to show you that you are lovable, to show you that, love exists. And that might be the purpose of this. And if that is the purpose of this, then just enjoy it for what it is, right? Just enjoy it for what it is. That could be the stepping stone for something even better, right? Don't feel like this is like all or nothing. Like it has to be this or absolutely nothing. If you're happy here with how everything is going, just be happy. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it for what it is. If it moves on from your life, it doesn't change the experience. It doesn't make it bad. It doesn't make it horrible. And that's a part of life, is just understanding there's going to be seasons and there's going to be different people at different times, and everyone serves their purpose at that particular moment in time. So if he's treating you the way you want to be treated, if you're feeling good with him, then just enjoy it for what it is. If you're having fun, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're going on dates, you're adding value to him, you're making him feel better, then this is all good. There's no need to cut yourself off from this experience, right? Just enjoy the experience for, whatever it is. And whatever it's meant to be, it will come at the right time. Okay? So just know that we're going through a lot of shifts right now. And we're going through a lot of changes energetically right now. But once we hit the summertime and we start having those eclipses, we start having the north and south node changing signs, that's when we're going to see like what the new experience is and what the new circumstances are. So, you kind of just have to wait until that time, right? So, with the Wheel of Fortune coming out, this is saying, okay, fate will take its place in the summer. So, whilst we're not in eclipse season, whilst we have more control over our situations, just do everything you can to hopefully seed that this connection will move in the direction that you want it to move into. Okay. Set up the conditions right now that make it possible for this connection to actually come together. So look a little bit more at the practical side of this. Like, can this actually work, right? Like, financially, does he have the situation? Do I have the situation? Do we want the same long-term goals? Are we moving in the same direction? Like, that's going to give you more certainty because, to be honest, like, you can fall in love with everybody. You can say whatever to anybody. You can go on dates with anybody, right? But really, what you're looking for is that you and that person have the same ultimate long term goals, and that it's actually physically possible for you guys to be together. That's where the certainty comes from. That's where the real stability comes from, is when it just makes practical sense, right? It just has to make real practical sense. So lean more into that more than the stuff, because he can do this with anybody, right? Like, you can do this with anybody. It's not just specific to Zach. Anybody can go on dates. Anybody can take pictures. Anybody can do this. Anybody can do that. And anyone can like pretend and make the connection look more than what it is. Like, you can have that with absolutely anybody. It's not specific to Zach, nor is it specific to you. He could give this experience to any girl, right? It's more about does this make sense? Does this make actual sense? Can he actually move forward and give me what I want? So if what you want is living together, commitment, marriage, children, whatever the vision is for you, not saying you want those things, but if that is the vision for you, ask yourself, can he actually do that? Right? Or is he maybe compensating for the fact that he can't do those things and just trying to make you fall in love with him, just trying to make you, be emotionally invested in him, take your emotional energy so that you can't invest it, in somebody else. That's what you have to be more aware of, like, to ensure he's not, you know, love bombing you, to ensure he's not, trying to just take you off the market and keep you for himself, just be realistic about the situation. Remember what your objectives are here and make sure that he can actually fulfill the objectives, not just, you know, give you the idea, right? So that's what you want to be aware of. Remember what we talked about is, right now you're in the fifth house where it's all about love and fun and dating and romance and passion. But for this to actually get to that commitment level, it has to move to the sixth house, which is the sixth house is about real life, right? Having real responsibilities together, having a daily routine that matches each other, doing the normal mundane things of life together, right? Going grocery shopping, paying bills, working out, going to work, building a life together. Sometimes the connection can be really good in the fifth house. It can make a lot of sense in the fifth house and then struggle to get to that sixth house. So, you know, don't get like overly caught up in the tornado of love. Make sure that it can be realistic as well. As long as it's realistic, as long as it's tracking realistic, then there's nothing you have to worry about. It will naturally gain commitment as your lives just become naturally more committed and more entwined realistically together, not just lovely together. Okay. So hopefully that was helpful for you. You are very welcome. Next up, we've got Will. Gemini, are you Shay? Oh, okay, yeah, I had called your name and you didn't answer, so I was like, I didn't think you were here. So yeah, Shay, sorry about that. Go ahead and post your question, and then Will, if you're here, post your question. For Shay, she asked, what are V's current feelings and intention towards me in unfortunate no contact situation? Okay. What are V's current feelings towards Shay? What does Shay need to know about V? All right, so his overall energy towards you is the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so I don't know why you guys are in no contact, but I feel like he's content with being in no contact. Like it may be easier to be in no contact. It may be less confrontational or like in order for your connection to move forward, he maybe needs to work on something in himself, or maybe he needs to resolve something with you. And I feel like it's easier to just not do that. It's easier to just not resolve the situation, or it's easier to not fix it. Like it's just easier to just keep things the way that they are. The way he feels, we have the Nine of Cups. So there's definitely feelings there. But sometimes the Knight of Cups is about like having feelings from afar, like having passion or having like a crush on someone, but not actually expressing those feelings. And I have the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like he has like a sexual interest in you, or he has like a physical interest in you. Like he may be interested in like your physical body, or he may be interested in having physical relations with you, but he's not really interested in more than that, right? It's like he's more interested in like the perks or the benefits of you, and not necessarily forming like a real connection with you. Yes, I have the Empress. So I feel like you're very, very attractive to him. Like you're very alluring to him, and that's what he wants. That's what he wants. He wants your physical self, but he doesn't really want your like emotional self. So that's sort of where he stands with you, and you maybe have sort of put the boundary up with like you're not going to get me. So he's like, okay, well, I guess I'm not going to get you. So it's sort of like, okay, I guess things are just where they are right now. The desire remains, but I'm just not going to get what I want. Um, you said he got me involved with him just to say he needs to stay single. Exactly. He doesn't want anything. Um, he tried to lead me on by saying he wants to be friends for now. Yes. Yes. But build up as friends, but wanted me to say okay with him entertaining. Right. He does not want to be in a relationship. Not not like, oh, not with you. No, not with anybody. Okay. He doesn't want to be in a relationship with anybody. But yes, he does want to have relations with people. He does want to be physically involved with people. He does want to enjoy people on a superficial level. Yes. Yes, he does. Okay, this is all true. Okay, so his intention, Queen of Pentacles, he's still going to try to win you. Okay. He sees your boundaries. He sees where you're standing. He gets it. He doesn't think you're bad for that. You're fine to have those boundaries. He's not going to try to pull you down off of that, but he's only going to get so far. You know, he's not going to be looking at you as an equal. He's not going to be trying to be your match. He's not going to be trying to be your leader either. He's not going to try to provide you with a relationship. He's doesn't have that function right now. Like it's just not a function that he has. He just doesn't have it. Um this may be somebody who like they want a relationship ultimately in the long run, like long run, but it's going to take them a long time to get there. So he doesn't want to be like completely single, but he doesn't want to commit. You know, he doesn't want to commit. Um it's just not not what he wants to do, but he definitely wants to be involved. He doesn't want to feel like he's just like a single lone person. He wants to be able to reach out to someone when he wants connection, which may not be consistently. He may not consistently really like want that. Like he may be someone like, he has his connection with someone and then he's good for a couple weeks. So he doesn't want to have someone that's like every day looking for emotional validation, every day looking for attention from him, every day looking for something. Like he doesn't want that. He's someone, he'll reach out when he wants it and then that's it. So he's not available. He's not emotionally available for connection. Yes, he's saying there's a lot going on in his life. I think it's true, but he's just not emotionally available, because a man that is emotionally available, even if he has a lot in his life and he wants a relationship, will make time for it. He's not emotionally available. He doesn't want connection consistently, and he has things in his life that are a bigger priority. So it's not like a diss to you, right? He's not like rejecting you. He's not telling you you're not good enough for him. He's not, trying to play you. Like, it's not that at all. It's not like an attempt to make you lesser than or to make you feel bad or anything like that. It's none of that. It's more of he's just in a selfish phase of his life where he wants to get his needs met, and he's not interested in meeting another person's needs. It's just the phase he's in right now. Um, and he may be someone who's able to pull women. He may be someone who's attractive. He may be someone that, is knows how to get women. He knows game. So he's doesn't have to, right? He can fulfill his needs through being single, and that's okay. It would be different if maybe he wasn't attractive, maybe he was having a harder time getting what he wanted, then maybe he would be more willing to commit to know that he was going to get it, but he likely can get what he wants. So there's no reason to commit if he can get what he wants. So there's just no incentive for him. Um so even if you have boundaries, that's fine if you have boundaries, but there could be other women around him that don't have boundaries, other women around him that will give him what he wants. And so as long as he can get what he wants, why does he have to put in more effort? That's just the reality. It's just the reality of the dating world. If he can get what he wants, he'll get what he wants. Alrighty, so hopefully that is helpful for you. Next up, we have Will. You said, I just don't like how he got me involved to do all this. Yes, this is the game, girl. It's the game. And unfortunately, it works. That's why men do it, because it works. So just have to know. Just have to know this. Will, I got you. What was this? What was your specific question? Okay, let me see. My chat has like cleared out, so I can't find your question. So can you just type it again for me? It only will go up so far. Okay, you said, but wondering about love in 2026. Have my master's in nursing education, but also going to be applying for CRNA school coming up at the end of this year. Exciting. So I'm busy with that. Okay. So you just want to know like what's the energy around love in 2026? Okay, so the energy around love in 2026, I have the 3 of Pentacles. So, um what this is saying right now is like you have a lot going on in your future. You have a lot going on in your future. You're still building your future. You're still building the life, and you're not yet who you're going to be when the person comes in. Okay. So you're not settled in your identity yet. You're not settled in your life, and there's not really space for this person to come in at this particular moment in time. So keep, the card is saying keep dreaming for your future, keep working towards your future, right? Keep moving towards where you want to go, but um there's just not enough space for somebody to come in yet. Ooh, yeah, I have the 6 of Pentacles. When you come more into balance, that's what you'll find the person, because this person is not they're not going to want to contend with, you know, your busyness. You have to have the space, right? You have to be open, you have to be settled, you have to be grounded for that to come in. You're unavailable, so what you're going to attract is unavailability. So you don't want that. It's better to just wait until you're settled, you're done with this phase of your life, you've gotten where you need to get to, right? Because who knows where CRNA will take you? Will that have you moving here, moving there, right? There's too many variables, there's too much uncertainty right now. It's just not the right conditions for somebody long term, stable to come in at this particular moment in time, because they don't know what they're going to ultimately get. Yeah, 10 of Wands. There's a need to just finish this chapter of your life, right? To finish this chapter of, educating yourself and solidifying yourself in your career and getting yourself to where it's like, okay, this is who I am. This is who I know I'm going to be for an extended period of time. This is where I'm setting up my roots. Like, there's a lot of things that you're needing to stabilize, because more than likely the partner that you bring in is going to be not, this is not bad, but they're just going to be less stable than you. They're going to be more in their feminine energy. Yes, it will still be a man, but it will likely be a man in his feminine energy, because you're very strongly in your masculine energy. So feminine energy needs to see stability, needs to see longevity, needs to see what they're getting here. So right now, feminine energy is going to see you as like still in development or still working, right? Having strong potential, but not necessarily providing the predictability and the longevity for them to relax and feel like, okay, this is okay. So yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, right? Keep working hard, keep accelerating in your life, keep going, right? Until you feel like, okay, this is good. And I feel stable and I'm happy with where I'm at. And, I feel grounded. At that particular point in time, you're naturally going to be more open. You're going to be wanting that. And when you're in that energy, then it's going to be easier for somebody to come in. But right now, I wouldn't even put that on your plate. I wouldn't even open that door. Like, it's just going to cause more confusion, right? Like, it's just going to cause more, yeah, confusion. Just, continue where you're going. That's a big undertaking, right? CRNA school is a huge undertaking. Everyone that does that is like, never again when they're done. So, you know, it wouldn't be fair for someone else to come in during that time either because they're not going to get the fullest and best version of you anyways. So just do that. And then afterwards, you're going to be in a much better position and you're going to want to probably find your long term person at that point. You're probably going to be tired and you're going to be like, okay, where's my person? So just wait until that time. It'll be a much, 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 much better experience. So good luck to you and congratulations on that. You're welcome. Shay, thank you so much for your donation. You can go ahead and post your question whenever you're ready. Thank you, babe. I got you. You can post your question. So you want to know, will V try to come back around? And if so, would it be worth to entertain? Okay, so will V try to come back around? Let's see. All right, so immediately I have the Hanged Man. So that's a no. It's not in his intention. It's not something he doesn't need to do it, like it with you, he's more was more interested, is more interested just in your physical body or what he perceived he could get out of you, which, he can get from other sources. Okay, that's just the reality. It's not like he can only get this, what he's wanting from you. So there's no scarcity, there's no limitation. He's not feeling like, "Oh my god, I'm losing something that I'm never gonna get back." So, because of that, he doesn't really have any intention to come back around, okay? So, just as you have lost your interest, that's a sign when you, like, lose that interest from someone, that's normally a sign that they've also, like, disconnected from you as well. So, right now, I'd say that your energies are disconnected, okay? Let's see if what would reconnect it, if anything. Queen of Cups. Okay. What would reconnect it is you. Okay. If your heart did become open to him again, if your heart was um like if for some reason whatever you start desiring for him again, your heart opens for him again, you soften to the connection, that's what would open up. But he already feels like the door is shut. On his side, it feels energetically like you shut the door. So he's like, okay, that's just not an option. Like it's just not available. And I'm not going to knock on a closed door because he doesn't really have a lot of energy. He's emotionally unavailable. So he it doesn't really have the energy to break down your defenses. Like that's just not what he's trying to do. But if he energetically felt like you were open to him again, then that would draw him closer. But because you're not energetically open, he's away. So that's the only thing that would bring him back. Or like if you reached out and you initiated, he would see that as a sign of, okay, she's open, right? And then he would re-explore what was there, but it wouldn't necessarily mean at that time that he would then be ready for a relationship. He would just be open to explore again. So would it be worth it at that time? King of Cups, yeah, it would be open at that time. If you, again, not saying it's going to happen, but if for some reason that you did become open to this and he was there again, yes, it would be worth it to explore at that particular moment in time. But, you know, it's really hinging on you. It's really, really, really hinging on you and your desire and your availability for it, which is not there right now. So, in the immediate future, from what I can see, I don't see this opening because it doesn't feel like you're really open for it. So it just doesn't seem to be something that's, even possible. Um, you said it's weird because he told me he wasn't trying to use me in this way. And also too, I don't want to demonize him. I don't want to demonize him. I don't want to make him out like, oh, he's such a bad guy. He's such a horrible guy. No, it's a bigger problem in the dating world that men can kind of get away with whatever they want. It's not that hard for men to get what they want. Women are, normally very open and receptive to men and will make it easy for them. And it's easy for men to bounce around and kind of get what they want and things like that. There's not as many women with standards and boundaries. So men are just kind of learning, well, I can do this and get away with it because there's not going to be any repercussions. So it's not like back in the day where you weren't getting nothing unless you were married. Not to say that was good either, because a lot of people got married for bad reasons, but it's also just really easy for men to get what they want. And, if someone is emotionally unavailable and doesn't want to do the work on themselves, it is very easy to find connection. So that's just the reality, right? It's just you're just dealing with a man who has been conditioned by society. So he's not, I don't want to demonize him. I don't think his intention was to, play you. His intention was to make you feel this way. It just was, he saw something he was interested in. He sees you very attractive. He likes your physical body. He wanted to partake in it. Like he was just expressing his um desire for you, but you know, for you, you're looking for a relationship. So you guys are just a mismatch. Again, I don't think his intention was to waste your time, right? I wouldn't give him so much power, or I wouldn't think it was so intentional, right? Like, I don't think it was so intentional. I think it was more about flirting and just kind of getting your guard down. It's more about that. So I have 7 of Pentacles in response to, did he want a relationship or was he always intending to waste my time? He is just not ready for a relationship in general. Like, he's just not ready. He's not ready to take that path in his life and be committed to one person and be responsible for one person's like emotions and happiness. Like, that's just not really what he wants to do right now with anybody. It's just not what he wants. But he knows how to play the game. He knows how to play the game. Yeah, girl, yes. He's playing the game. And he's playing the game because it works. It works. All men have to do is come hot and heavy, and that works, it works. So any guy that really wants a relationship with you is not going to come in like that. Like, they're always going to come in heavy. They're going to love bomb you. They're going to, make you put your guard down, right? Like, that's just like what he did. So he said what he felt you wanted to hear. And that's just what he did. But I wouldn't make him such a villain. I wouldn't make him such a demon. I wouldn't give him so much power. I wouldn't give him so much credit, like, you just see who he is, and that's that. Now you know who he is. Okay. That's just who he is. And that's just that. Don't give it so much weight. Yeah, girl, it's crazy. Yes, honey. These men out here are crazy, 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 crazy. That's why you just can't take them seriously. You can't take them seriously. You have to look at their actions, not their words. You have to test them for months at a time because they'll say anything. They'll say anything. Why? Because it works. Maybe it doesn't work on you, but it will work on somebody else. Trust me. It'll work on somebody else for sure. And the reason why he does it because it probably already worked. He already has experience with it working on somebody else. So you have to play the game back with him. And you have to see with these guys, are they really what they're about? And 9 10 out of 10, they're not. But you kind of have to play the game with them and not get emotionally involved until you know where they really stand and you see them taking true, real action. So don't let it harden you. Don't let it scare you. Don't let it close your heart. Just know you got to play the game. You have to just play the game as well until, you know, until he shows. You said he was coming in heavy dates and all, then he randomly pulled back. Yeah, that's the sign. The pullback is a no. And he said he wasn't ready. Yeah, no. The pullback is the no. That's the sign. That was the sign, girl. The pullback was the sign. That was where you should have just cut out. Yeah, I mean, take your time to process the situation and just look back at what were the red flags. The red flag here was randomly pulling back and then saying he's not ready. So he showed you who he was at that particular moment in time. And then that was where you should have been like, he's no, he's a fool. He's a fool at that particular point in time. You said he told me he got in his head and he was worried. He's a fool. He's a fool then. If he got in his head, he ain't ready. He ain't ready. He was looking to get you into bed. For sure. For sure. And then when he realized it wasn't going to happen, he was doing the dates and it wasn't going to happen. He pulled back because he's like, I'm not getting what I want. He pulled back. Then he tried to. Then he tried again. He wanted to get you into bed. Couldn't happen. He pulled back again. Oh, I'm in my head. Oh, I'm busy because he's not getting what he wants. That was the red flag. Those were the signs. He wanted to get you into bed, and he wasn't getting what he was wanting. So, oh, I'm busy. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, whatever. Kyla, thank you so much for your donation. He said he claimed he knew I wasn't that kind of person and really thought, yes. Girl, yes. Yes. No, he was playing. He was playing. Like hard body. He was playing. I know. Don't give him so much power, girl. Don't let him close your heart to love and what could be out there. It's just a bad experience. That's all. It's a bad experience. It's a learning experience. You move forward. You know better for the next time. Hi, Kyla. Okay, let me change the settings. Give me one moment, please. All right, Shay, you're good, girl. We'll talk soon. Take care. Hi, Kyla. You're welcome, babe. Go ahead and post your question, Kyla. Okay, so Kyla, you say, my question is, I met a man named Oscar on vacation in Buenos Aires. Ooh, spicy. He lives in Ecuador. We really hit it off and have been talking every day, sometimes on the phone for hours. I'm developing feelings for him and I'm wondering how he's feeling and what to expect. Okay, great question. Alrighty, so most important messages for Kyla, please. What does Kyla need to know about Oscar? What is Oscar's energy towards Kyla? What are Oscar's intentions towards Kyla? What are his feelings? What should she expect? Okay, so his overall energy towards you, we have the 10 of Pentacles. Oh my God. So, whatever you're feeling for him, he feels it too. Okay. And there's a sense of contentment when it comes to you, right? A sense of this just feels right. He may not be able to put his finger on it. He may not be able to explain it. It may not make a lot of sense, right? Your situation, the practicality of the situation may not make sense, but the feelings make complete sense. And I feel like it's super mutual on both sides. Okay. So what you feel, he feels, and it is insanely real. Okay. So you're not just like making up the feelings or imagining it to be more than what it is. Like it's real. Okay. So the way that he is thinking about you, though, we have the 10 of Swords. There's a part of him that knows this probably is not going to pan out the way you guys want. There's a part of him that knows this probably isn't going to work out. He is just maybe more of a practical thinker, more of a logical thinker. He maybe knows his situation is not going to be able to change, or your situation may not be able to change, though you may desire and want it. It just maybe doesn't seem realistic to him from his perspective. Okay. The way he feels, we have the Queen of Swords. Yeah. He feels like he would need to come to you, or that's what feels right to him. Okay. Like he feels if this is going to actually work, he's going to need to move here. He's going to need to move to you. He doesn't want you to shift your life around for him. That doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel good. He would want to come to you. And knowing his situation, he knows he can't do that. He knows that's not going to be possible. It's not going to happen. So that's the thing. This is a head versus heart. This is a head versus heart. And his head is like, no, no, you know, because if we are going to do this, we're to do it the right way. And he knows he can't do it the right way. So he's like, no. Okay. The way he feels about your connection, King of Swords. He feels, what's funny is he sees you as the Queen of Swords and him as the King of Swords. So he feels like you guys are a really good match. You guys are very much so like on the same wavelength. You think very differently or similarly, rather. You see the world very similarly. Okay. And again, with the King of Swords, he knows or he wants to, okay, be the one to be in control of this. And being in control of this connection would be being in the position of power, would be being in a position of power. So, but with this, he's going to always be on the back foot with you, right? Let's just say, for example, he was to immigrate to the United States, just as if that was so easy, right? He would be very dependent on you, and that's not it for him. That's not going to work for him. That's not okay to him. That would not be a situation that he would want to be in, right? Um, but he also doesn't want you to like change your life for him either. Like he doesn't want you to uproot your life. That doesn't seem fair to him either. It just doesn't really seem fair or balanced or logical, no matter how he looks at it. No matter how he looks at it, he's like, this just doesn't work. It just doesn't work for him. Okay. So the challenge with him is the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. He feels like he can't properly court you. He can't properly be in the position to offer you anything. Like he can't really give you anything of stability. He can't really give you anything real. Like he can't really offer you much. Yeah, which again, it doesn't feed the practical side of this for him. It's one of these things that's like it's good in theory, like the dream of it would sound good, or feels good, or it feels like because of our connection, we can make anything happen. But he's not bought into the dream. He hasn't bought in to that dream. It's still, that dream seems really unrealistic to him. Okay. All right, so clarifying the Ten of Pentacles and his overall towards you, we have the Nine of Wands. So yes, he's highly attracted to you. He loves your conversations. He loves the mental connection. He loves the mental stimulation that you bring him. It's very attractive to him. Okay. So the connection you're feeling is real, right? The connection you're feeling is real. It's just the practicality piece that he's just like, no, no. Clarifying the Ten of Swords and how he thinks about you. Page of Cups. Yeah. He can't develop this in the way that he wants to. It's like you're always going to be someone that he's going to admire from afar. You're always going to be someone that he's going to admire from afar. The distance between the two of you is not going to change his attraction for you, but he's also in a position where he can't actually really develop a connection with you. He can't really, because that's what will make this real for him is if he could really build a connection with you. For him, attraction needs to be able to be built in real life, not just be imagined. So it just feels like something that he can't really indulge in. It's something that he can't really work towards. So for him, it's like this just isn't viable. It's not viable. Okay. Clarifying the Queen of Swords and how he feels about you, we have the Sun. You bring immense positivity to his life. I feel like his life maybe is very dull or very boring or mundane, or there could be like unfavorable situations that he's in, or just parts of his life that are just not awesome. So it feels like you bring like a little bit of excitement, you bring positivity, you bring upliftment. And so that's why he continues to engage, because why not? If someone's making you happy, why would you not make yourself happy? Like, why would you not do that? But, again, like, the practicality side of it, he's very, very aware, okay? Okay, clarifying the King of Swords and how he feels about the relationship, we have the Five of Swords. Yeah. You Either you are or you will get to a point where this hits an impasse that you're not gonna be able to overcome, right? Like, you may say, "Well, let's try to, like, visit each other. Let's try to," you may try to find a solution, or you may be more optimistic about it, and he's gonna be like, "No, like, that's not gonna work. That's only temporary. That's like, I feel like either you are at a point or you will get to a point in the near future where you're just on different pages, right? In terms of the effort that you're willing to put in, like, one of you may be more willing to find that compromise, right? To make visits and things like that. I feel like that's just not gonna do it for him, right? Having a long distance connection with no viable path forward is just simply not a path forward. And it's not a reflection of how much he likes you. It's not a reflection of him not being interested. It's just a reflection of his beliefs, his values, his yeah, just what he wants for his life. It's more of that, and it's just more of him choosing that than choosing you and compromising, like, what he knows to be right and true. That's more of what it is. Like, it's like, "Yeah, I like her, but I'm not gonna do that," or "That's not me," or "That's not a situation I wanna be a part of." That's sort of more of where things will get to, and you'll be like, "Well," you may feel like, "Well, I don't necessarily want this either, but I also don't want to lose this connection. I don't wanna lose what this could be. There's so much potential here," right? So there will be a point where it's like your level of effort that it takes to maintain the connection gets harder, and the effort that's needing to be put in, you will not be putting the same amount of effort in, which will disappoint both of you, essentially. You're both eventually going to probably be disappointed with the outcome of this. Okay, so clarifying the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Page of Pentacles. Yes, it's the practicality. It's just impractical. It just doesn't work. Um, he may not have the finances, he may not have the resources. Even if you were like, let's say, buying the flights, he doesn't want that. He doesn't want a girl that's buying him flights. He doesn't want to feel like, oh, she's the one making this all work. No, he doesn't want to feel like that. He wants to feel like he can do it. He's in charge. He's the man. And which I feel like he can't fully be. He can't fully be. So it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work for him, okay? And I have the 5 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So it's like eventually someone's gonna feel left out in the cold. Someone's gonna feel heartbroken. Someone's gonna feel like I invested a lot. I was emotionally in this and I didn't get what I wanted. Someone's gonna feel like that at some particular point in time. Um, so yeah, so how he's feeling, look, you bring a lot of positive energy to his life. Would he rather be in contact with you than not? Yeah, he'd rather be in contact with you. It's always exciting to build a connection with someone that you like, someone you're interested in. That always feels great. Um, but he just doesn't see the practical side of it. And he knows eventually you will probably want more, right? You're not just going to be talking to him with no expectation, right? You're not going to be talking to him, and not gain feelings, right? It's impossible. Women always gain feelings. We always catch feelings. So he's aware of that. So doesn't want to he wants to partake, but he doesn't want to take too much. So he's trying to walk a fine line. He's definitely trying to walk a fine line, but yeah, if you ever experience him pulling away, not being as communicative, it's more of an attempt to save your feelings more more than it is like him not being interested. Okay? So he does consider your feelings, and he does consider how you may be potentially getting attached, or how you may potentially be um feeling towards him. He is aware of this, okay? So he is emotionally in touch with you, but wants to ensure that he doesn't cross the line with you either, okay? So, yes, these are difficult situations, but what I say with these particular situations is the way is there has to be a practical way forward. If there's a practical way forward, that's when these situations are real. But if there's no practical way forward, that's when hey, that was just an experience. That was just something that was maybe meant to happen. That was, something that you attracted into your life for that particular point in time. But when you try to drag things beyond the season, that's when it gets harder, complicated, messy. So, enjoy it for what it is, but always stay true and think like, okay, was that a part of your plan before you met him? Was a part of your plan moving to Ecuador? Was a part of your plan, meeting some foreign man abroad? Was that a part of your plan or not? And just kind of stick with what your original vision for your life was what your original plan was. Don't switch your vision and your plan just because somebody comes in and maybe offers like an alternative route, and that's kind of what I get from his side is like I don't think he really had any plans to likely move where you live. That was never a part of his plan, or he never had any plans to maybe meet anybody in Buenos Aires, right? Like that probably wasn't a part of his plan, and he's also not willing to make it a part of his plan. So, just go back to the facts of the situation, just go back to the practicality of the situation, and that will help you to emotionally accept it for what it is and just gain the value for what it was, okay? So, hopefully that was helpful. I know not the reading you probably wanted to hear, but hopefully that was helpful. Aw, you're welcome. Yes, that's why I'm here. That is why I'm here.